Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. So this is your fourth part of your first chapter, that is your some basic concepts of chemistry. So this is your fourth part video, and in this video we will study about the basic structure of atom. Now, what is atom? Atom is the smallest particle of universe, the smallest particle of having independent existence. So all the matter is made up of small tiny particles that are called atoms. And basically the word atom, which is further indivisible, that word, literal meaning of that word means to say the particles that are indivisible or unbreakable further. But later on we find that atom is also having some smaller particle contained in within the atom, so that are your electrons, protons, neutrons, etc. So but the basic thing that we define, how we define atom, is that atom is the smallest particle of having independence existence. So we can, क्योंकि जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं और प्रोटॉन्स हैं उनकी इंडिपेंडेंट एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है. No doubt that they are even smaller than atom, they are contained within atom, but they are do not having any independence existence, they are existing in between the atoms only. So the smallest particle which is having independent existence is your atom. So in this video we are going to cover the basic concepts related to your atomic number and your atomic masses, then molecular number, etc., molecular masses, etc. So we are going to cover about that. So firstly, atomic number and atomic masses. So they have shown you the picture of an atom. They have just shown you the, you can say, a model of an atom in which the electrons are revolving in the shells. In the previous class you have studied that there are four shells you have studied like this. We said that first one is your K shell, then second is your L shell, and third one is M shell. So we write those shells are like this in your previous class, but now they have represented in a different graphics. So the things will remain same. Electrons are still revolving in the, you can say, in the orbits. In the center there is a nucleus. We said, as we have said in your previous classes, there is a nucleus inside the atoms, in the center of atom, and electrons are revolving around those, you can say, that nucleus. So there is just a different representation, nothing else, so don't get confused in this. So what we are having electrons here. These electrons are revolving, and in the center we are having protons and neutrons that are present in the nucleus. So center, as we all know that in the center of atom there is a nucleus, and nucleus contain two particles, that is your protons and neutrons. Now the new thing that you are going to learn is that the nucleus is placed in the center of atom, and it contains two things, your protons and your neutrons, and electrons keep on revolving around this nucleus. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हमेशा ही इस न्यूक्लियस के अराउंड सर्कुलेट करते रहेंगे. सो इन दिस वे एटम जो है वो एक कंप्लीट स्ट्रक्चर है विच इज हैविंग योर nucleus at the center, and nucleus is having two things, that is protons and neutrons, and around that nucleus electrons are revolving in the orbits. Orbit means to say the circular paths. So this is the complete structure of atom. So then next thing that you have to remember is that electrons have negative charge on them. Electrons are having negative charge. Whenever you write any electron, you will write like this. So electron and negative charge along with the E. So this is the representation of representing an electron. So electrons are negatively charged, they are having negative charge on them. On the other hand, protons have positive charge on them. Protons have positive charge on them. So protons are positively charged particles and electrons are negatively charged particles. So as we all know that unlike charges, like your positive charge and negative charge, they are unlike charges. So that is why they attract each other. We know that opposite charges attract each other. So negative charge attract positive charge. So that is why electrons keep on revolving around the nucleus, because nucleus contain positive charge. न्यूक्लियस के पास पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, इलेक्ट्रॉन के पास नेगेटिव चार्ज है। सो इसी वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है वो निकल के कहीं बाहर नहीं जा सकते, वो एक लिमिट में उसी में रिवॉल्व करते रहेंगे इन दिस वे. So I think this is clear to all of you. So moving to the next page now. So next is electron have negative charge on them and protons have positive charge on them. So this we have already discussed. Next is atomic number. This is your atomic number. So atomic number is denoted by Z. Always remember that if there is Z is written, so we are talking about atomic number. And your atomic mass is you can say atomic mass is denoted by A. So if there is anywhere Z is written, it means your atomic number is written. If A is written, it means atomic mass is written. Mass means to say weight. In the simple language, you may call it weight. So the first thing, that is your atomic number. Atomic number is equals to the number of protons present, and number of protons are always equals to number of electrons. So as we are saying earlier also that there is a positive charge on proton and negative charge on electron. जो न्यूट्रॉन्स हैं थर्ड स्पीसीज है, उन पे कोई चार्ज नहीं है, उनका नेम ही सजेस्ट कर रहा है दैट दे आर न्यूट्रल पार्टिकल्स, दे आर नाइदर पॉजिटिव नॉर नेगेटिव. सो बेसिकली वी आर हैविंग टू पार्टिकल्स दैट आर चार्ज्ड. फर्स्ट इज योर इलेक्ट्रॉन, इलेक्ट्रॉन इज हैविंग नेगेटिव चार्ज, एंड प्रोटॉन, प्रोटॉन इज हैविंग पॉजिटिव चार्ज. सो जितना एटम में पॉजिटिव चार्ज होगा उतना ही नेगेटिव चार्ज होगा, फिर ही वो एटम जो है वो बैलेंस होगा. So that is why always this happens in all case of atom, that number of proton is always equals to number of electrons. So number of protons always remains equals to that of number of electrons, and that number is called your atomic number. जितना भी protons हो या जितना भी electrons हो वो तो सेम ही है, कुछ भी बोल लो, so उतना ही आपका क्या होगा, atomic number होगा. So if we take the example, first is your hydrogen atom. If we take the example of hydrogen, so hydrogen is written like this. So 1 is written over here, it means it is having one atomic number, its atomic number is 1. And if atomic number is 1, it means it is having one proton and one electron. So from this representation it is clear that its atomic number is 1, it means its protons number of proton is 1 and number of electron is 1. In the similar way, if we take the example of carbon, in case of carbon 6 is written over here. So if 6 is written, what does it mean? That carbon is having 6 electrons. 6 electrons are present in carbon atom and 6 protons are present. So in this way, if any clue is given, if they are asking you atomic number and protons are given, it means number of protons are equal to number of electrons, and that are both are equal to atomic number. So in this way you have to remember all these things. And one thing that you must remember is that atomic number is represented by the symbol Z. So this is about your atomic number. Next is your mass number. Now what is mass number? So mass number means to say, we are saying that neutrons are having no charge on them. So they are neutral species. No doubt they are neutral species, but they have some weight. If there is any kind of species, matter का सभी का जो भी चीज़ है उसका weight तो कुछ ना कुछ होना ही है. So neutrons are having some weight. There is no doubt that they do not carry any charge. They are neither positive nor negative, but they have some weight. So if they are present inside the nucleus, they must have some weight. So that atomic mass, अब हम किसी को बोलेंगे, the number of neutrons plus the number of protons is equals to your atomic mass, that is denoted by A. Means if in the case of carbon atom, if we take this example of carbon again, so the atomic mass of carbon is 12. What does it mean? It means we know that there are 6 protons are present inside carbon, and there are 6, it means there are 6 neutrons are also present inside the nucleus. So that is why carbon is having 12 atomic mass. So students, this is not atomic number is equals to atomic number of protons and electrons. We can you can say learn the atomic numbers. And generally atomic mass is double of that of atomic number. If the atomic number is 6, and the atomic mass will be 12. In case of oxygen, if we take the case of oxygen, so in case of oxygen your atomic number is 8 and atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So in the similar way there are these kind of things are there in the chemistry. So but in some cases this atomic mass is more than that of double of number of protons or double of that of atomic number. So why so? Sometimes what happens, sometimes there are one or two more neutrons present inside the nucleus because they are uncharged particle and their presence do not hinder any kind of you can say they do not affect the stability of atom basically. So stability of atom is only because of equal number of protons and equal number of electrons, positive negative charge. Since they do not carry any charge, so they may be more than protons in some cases. So those kind of atoms are called your isotopes, in which for example if I take the example, there are some atoms which are having isotopes. First one is your hydrogen. So you might have studied this earlier also. So we write it as 1 1 1 2 1 3. In top corner we write your atomic number, that is denoted by Z, and at the bottom place we write your atomic mass, that is A. So in first I have written 1 1 and second 1 2 and third 1 3. Why so? These are called isotopes of hydrogen. Isotopes means to say they are having same atomic number but different atomic mass. Their atomic number is same but mass is not same. And why now mass is why mass is not same? Because we are saying that number of electrons are always equals to number of protons. So अगर यहाँ पे एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है तो वहाँ पे एक प्रोटॉन भी होगा. अब जो एक्स्ट्रा मास आ रहा है वो किसकी वजह से आ रहा है? दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ योर न्यूट्रॉन. दिस एटम ऑफ हाइड्रोजन विच इज हैविंग ओनली वन प्रोटॉन, it does not contain any neutron, and in the next it is having one proton plus one neutron, and in the third one it is having one proton plus two neutrons. So in this way these kind of you can say things are called your isotopes, which are having same atomic number but different mass number. This happens only in few cases. In hydrogen, carbon, in case of carbon there are two isotopes, in case of nitrogen there are two isotopes. Only few atoms are having isotope, not all the atoms. So you can easily remember those atoms. So this is about your isotopes. So I think it's very much clear to all of you now that atomic number, what is atomic number? Actually atomic number is your number of proton और number of electron, उसी को आप atomic number बोलोगे, and atomic mass is the sum of protons plus your neutrons. So this is your atomic mass and your atomic number. So moving to the next page now. Next, I have shown you a table in which the atomic numbers and atomic masses are given. So in case of first one, that is your hydrogen, I have taken only one isotope of hydrogen here. So I haven't considered all the isotopes of hydrogen here. I have taken only one isotope of hydrogen. So then helium, atomic number is 2 and atomic mass is 4. Similarly, then lithium, as I have already told you that there is no hard and fast rule that you can say atomic mass is double to that of atomic number. In some cases it is exactly double, like in case of carbon, in case of nitrogen, in case of oxygen, in case of helium, in case of neon. But in certain cases it is more than that of, so that is only because of the presence of extra neutron, and you have to remember these things. There is no need of you can say cramming these things, but if there is any exception, that will be given in the numerical. Actually, if there is any exception in the atomic masses, generally it is given in the numericals, and even if you keep on solving the numericals, you will learn these things easily. There is no need to cram them by taking extra time, or in the you can say by in a special manner. There is no need to do that. So you will automatically remember by solving the numericals, or either it is always given in the numericals. So there is no need to panic, just go through it this table once, so yeah, so that you may get the idea of all the atomic numbers and atomic masses. And as I have already told you that please make a chart of your periodic table. I am telling you again and again, this is very important because the whole chemistry is based upon your periodic table. So it's you can say very important for all of you. So moving to the next page now. Then for example, if they you can say they give you in a numerical that find the number of protons, means you have to find the number of anything, the number of protons or number of neutrons or electrons. So if the number of protons are given and your number of electrons are given, both are 10 10, it means they are talking about an atom which is having atomic number, that is z is equals to 10. And we all know that atomic number 10 means to say we are talking about your neon gas, which is whose symbol is Ne. So if you have to calculate the number of you can say if you have to calculate the number of neutrons present in the case of neon, then how you can calculate that? So you know that mass of neon is 20, as we have done from the previous page, that mass of neutron and neon is 20. And we know that if the number of proton is 10 given and number of electron is 10 given, it means its atomic number is also 10. So what we have to do for finding the number of neutron, what you have to do, just subtract the atomic number from the mass number. If you are subtracting atomic number, means you are subtracting the number of protons from the mass number. And we know that mass number A is equals to your protons plus your neutrons. So if you are subtracting your atomic number, means you are subtracting your protons, and you will left behind with your neutrons. So simply what you have to do, when you have to find neutrons and mass number is given or number of protons is given or number of electrons is given, anything is given, and you have asked to find the number of neutrons, so what you have to do in that case, just minus your atomic number, that is your number of protons or electrons, from the mass number, then you will get your number of neutrons. So this is about an example that I have shown you. So then again, moving to the next page now. So now again there is a representation of ions. Now what are ions? Ions are basically charged species. They can be any atom also. Atom पे कोई भी चार्ज हो वो उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? आयन बोलेंगे. सिंपल एटम तो एटम है जिस पे कोई भी चार्ज नहीं है, ना पॉजिटिव चार्ज है ना नेगेटिव है, बिकॉज दे आर हैविंग इक्वल नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स एंड प्रोटॉन्स प्रेजेंट. सो दैट इज वाई जो आपका नॉर्मल स्टेट पे जो एटम होगा दैट इज अ न्यूट्रल स्पीसीज. बट समटाइम्स द यू मे हैव seen that there is written Na positive, that is your sodium positive, or O2 negative, means oxygen पे negative charge, or simply O negative, O2 negative. These kind of species are written. So these are called your ions. So ions can be either positive or negative. As I have shown you that Na positive means we are talking about a positive ion, and O2 negative means we are talking about a negative ion. So ions are of two types, that is your positive ions and negative ions. So positive ions called your cations. Positive ions, the ions which carry positive charge, those ions called cations. Okay, the ions that carry positive charge, those are called cations, and ions that carry negative charge, those called anions. So how those positive and negative ions form now? So whenever any atom loses the, you can say, electron, when atom loses the electron, it gain positive charge, it become positively charged. For example, I have already written here Na positive. What does it mean? It means it has lost one electron. If we write anything like Mg2 positive, it means magnesium has lost two electrons. So simply if no number is mentioned, it means it is we are talking about one positive. So if one positive means it has lost one electron, if two positive means it has lost two electron. And in contrast to that, if we are talking about negative ions, negative ion means to say when an element gains electrons. When any element gains electron, that is called your negative ions. So for example, I have already given you the example of O2 negative. So it means it has gained two electrons. 2 negative is given, it means it has gained 2 electron. Or if simply Cl negative is given, chlorine negative is given, it means it has gained 1 electron. Okay, so if nothing is mentioned, it means it is one, either 2 3 mentioned, that means it has gained 2 electrons or 3 electrons or so on. So these are your charges that are carried by the atoms. those are called your ions, that is positively charged cations and negatively charged anions. So then again moving to the next page now. So here I have given you an example to solve that. So students, I have given you example, find the number of electrons and protons present in O2 negative. So O2 negative is given. So we know that oxygen is having the atomic number of oxygen is 8. So if the atomic number is 8 means number of electrons are 8 and number of protons are also 8. But now they have given a 2 negative charge on the oxygen atom. So we know that whenever there is a 2 negative charge, it means it has gained 2 electrons, as we have studied on the previous page. So if simply 2 is given, it means what we have to do, if we want to find now electrons, total number of electrons inside the oxygen atom, it means they have become 8 ऑलरेडी थे और उसमें क्या ऐड हो गया, 2 और ऐड हो गए और टोटल कितने हो गए हमारे पास 10 electrons. But if we talk about protons, protons will remain same. Protons उसमें पहले भी 8 थे, अभी भी 8 ही हैं. Just because they have written the negative charge, it means there is an addition of 2 more electrons into this atom. So what you have to do here to find the number of electrons now, you have to add 2 into the 8 so that you will get 10, and number of electrons in the oxygen are now 10 and number of protons will remain same as previous one. So number of protons are 8 and number of electrons are 10. So in this way you have to calculate electrons in the negatively charged species. So again moving to the next page now. So then average atomic masses. So in some cases these kind of numericals are given that you have to find average atomic masses. So just there is nothing to worry about. Average means to say दो चीज़ों की average. So in this case they have given you percentage of something. In those kind of numericals generally percentage is given. So what you have to do, just P1 M1 means to say percentage mass of M1 species and percentage mass of second species divided by 100. So you have, in this way you have to calculate average atomic masses. These are rarely found to numericals, so you need not worry about these things. So moving to the next page now. Again then comes your molecular masses. So earlier we were talking about atomic masses, and atomic mass we have you can say we have denoted the atomic mass with the your A symbol, and we have find the atomic masses of some of the elements. I have shown you a table that atomic mass of neon, we have said at that time that atomic mass of neon is 20 units. So we were talking about atoms at that time. So next is your molecular mass. Now what is molecule? First of all, as we have discussed in your previous lectures also, like H2O. H2O is compound और H2 is a molecule, means जो भी चीज़ atoms को combine होके बनेगी that is called your molecules. So molecular mass क्या होगा? अब किसी भी मॉलिक्यूल का मास क्या होगा, जितने भी उसमें एटम्स प्रेजेंट है उनके मासेस को हमने ऐड कर देना है. सो एज दे हैव शोन यू एग्जांपल ऑफ CO2 मॉलिक्यूल. So as we all know that in CO2 there is one atom of C means carbon and 2 atoms of oxygen are present. CO2 है, so it means 2 atoms of oxygen are present. So 2 atoms means we can write it like this. So 2 atoms of oxygen are present. So it means we have to add the masses of carbon, that is 12, plus 2 multiply by that of oxygen, that is 16. So you need not to worry that you haven't learned these masses. These are already given in the table. You can learn from there. So simply you have to add this figure now, that is your 12 plus 16 into 2, that is 32. So 12 plus 32 is equals to 44 units. So in this way you will get your answer. So molecular mass अब आपको calculate करना आ गया. It's very simple. So then again moving to the next page. So this is last page. There is the thing that is written, that is your formula mass. This is nothing separate than that of a molecular mass, but the name is different. Why the name is different? So if we are talking about the solid things that are having 3D structure, like your sodium chloride that you will have studied in the next lectures. So some of are having 3D structures. So in that case we call the molecular mass as formula mass. सो कुछ भी नहीं है, दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर टू दैट मॉलिक्यूलर मास, जस्ट नेम हमने डिफरेंट कर दिया यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला मास. सो अगेन इफ यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द मास ऑफ सोडियम क्लोराइड, दैट इज NaCl. सोडियम क्लोराइड मीन्स NaCl. सो सोडियम का मास कितना होता है 23 एंड क्लोरीन का मास है 35.5. सो यू विल गेट 58.5 units total formula mass or your molecular mass. So this is all about your today's lecture. So I hope you have understood it very well. So thanks for listening and have a nice day.